So you want to create this grand concept that is fresh and has never been seen before. You decide to head into the woods and meditate and wait for the leaves of the trees to transfer inspirational energy through your body. And then, boom, nothing. Now the truth is, most good ideas don't come from staring up into the trees like they do in fictional stories. Because the real truth is, at least most of our ideas aren't original. At least my best ideas aren't. I mean, how can I expect any of my ideas to be original when pretty much everything has been done before in some shape or form? But then again, I also sometimes forget that as a creator, my job isn't to reinvent the wheel. My job is to steal the exact same concept from someone else and make the exact same project as them and call it my own. Obviously, that's not the case at all, but in actuality, everyone is stealing a little bit from everyone else, and that's really what inspiration is made of. Whether it's consciously or subconsciously, your original ideas are the product of someone else's ideas that you've been able to connect with someone else's ideas. But then that right there is what makes your ideas so unique, is that your brain was able to make the connection between these two different sources. For example, this YouTube channel that you're watching right now by no means is original at all. It's inspired by the work of Peter McKinnon, Matt D'Avella, Morgan Cooper, and so many others who've inspired those people before and on and on. But it's been my decision to draw from all these different avenues and these different people, and that is what makes this channel unique and what makes it okay for me to take different ideas from different people, because I'm putting it all into a single pot and I'm mixing all these ideas together and giving you what you see here. Everyone's gonna come from a different walk of life, perceive things uniquely, and draw inspiration from different people and things. The never-ending possibilities of connections that you're able to make is what makes your idea significant, and that's really what the process of inspiration is all about. So as a video creator, with all of that being understood, how can we actively go about giving ourselves more opportunities to have those aha moments of inspiration? My secret method, or I guess now not so secret method, of coming up with ideas and finding ways to inspire myself is a little process I like to call inspired viewing. So now I'll just walk you through what inspired viewing looks like for me, and hopefully you can take it and use it as a tool in the future going forward for conceptualizing and coming up with ideas for your videos. Now every single day, whether it's 10 minutes or 2 hours, I set aside a time where I sit on my bed with my laptop and I watch the work of other DPs and other directors who I admire. And if you're asking yourself how I go about finding these DPs and directors whose work I admire, it's just by the process of watching something that I enjoy and I think to myself, like, that was really awesome. I wonder who shot it, who directed it. I'll look up that person, I'll find their website or their Vimeo page, and I'll make sure I bookmark that page through my web browser so I have it for future use. So during my set aside time period of inspired viewing, I'll go through all those bookmarks that I saved and I'll watch the work of, one director's work in one sitting. It could be commercial work, music videos, documentary films, narrative, whatever it is. The important thing here is that you're taking the time to learn and understand from people's work who are much better at filmmaking than you are. And so I mentioned I like to do this on my laptop, and the reason for that is that while I'm watching these people's work, if an image arises that really inspires me or it strikes me in some sort of way, I'll take a screenshot of that image. I take a pause from the video and I look at that screenshot and I try to understand what it is about this image that I like so much. What about this image resonated so much with me? Was the light a certain way? Was there something about the colors that was inspiring to me? Was there something about the composition within the frame that attracted me to this image? Whatever it is. I then take that screen grab and I put it in a designated folder on my desktop labeled Inspo. And then within that main folder of Inspo, there's different folders for different categories, whether it's athletics, interview styles, portraits that I like, whatever it is, I pick that designated folder that best fits the image and I drop that image in there. So during this time of inspired viewing, not only am I consuming really awesome content and developing a taste for what it is I like, but I'm also building this giant library of reference images that I have to look back at from time and time again. So whenever I'm trying to come up with a new concept for a video or whatever it is, I need that little spark of inspiration, I'll scroll through my virtual lookbook that I've created, almost like it's an Instagram feed, and I'll scroll and many time again, I'll find an image that will spark that aha moment for me. And then another really awesome benefit to having this virtual lookbook on hand is that when you do find a reference image that is inspiring for you, you can use that reference image to now communicate your idea to whoever it is you're working for, whether it's a director, a client, or whoever it is through a video treatment or whatever means you use to communicate your idea with. And then there's been so many times when I've been working on a shoot and I've just showed someone a reference image that I've pulled up on my phone that has come from my lookbook. And just by showing that person that reference image, they're able to get just like a much better idea of the look and the feel of the video that I'm trying to get at, and just quickly gets everyone on the same page. This lookbook is continuing to grow and grow over time, and not only are these reference images and these ideas being permanently embedded into my digital folder that I have on my computer, but they're starting to become embedded into my mind. That framing that I love so much in a specific image is now becoming embedded into my head, and I'm subconsciously thinking of that framing while I'm working on a shoot, and it's just coming out because it's becoming, this developed taste that I've grown to have through the process of creating this lookbook and looking through it just like so many times and understanding and taking the time to really look at these images and reflect on why they are powerful for me versus, just watching something and letting it float on by and never really taking the time to understand it. So yeah, that's my secret method of inspiring myself. I'm not sitting around waiting, for inspiration to hit. I'm actively creating a resource for myself that I can go to when I'm looking for inspiration and use it as a tool to help inspire future ideas. Now, I know for many of you that wasn't groundbreaking information, but for those of you who feel stuck and feel like you need to come up with these grand ideas out of thin air, just know that me and other creators that have come before you are coming up with their best ideas by connecting other ideas from other people and calling it their own, which is perfectly okay. So if you are someone who is feeling stuck, try my method of inspired viewing, start that digital lookbook, and see where these connections lead you. And thanks as always for watching. Good luck on future projects, and I love you.